I'll just kind of walk you guys around the bike real fast. Right now, just got a couple little tasteful mods. My buddy actually owned this bike before me, and then he sold it. My buddy, a different buddy, bought it off of the guy he sold it to because the guy just didn't want to hang on to it, I guess. And now it's in my hands. I've wanted one of these FZ07s since I started riding. So this is a huge accomplishment for me. 2015, it's got 12,000 miles on it. I mean, the only major issue is there's a decent dent in that front wheel down there. Other than that, I mean, super clean bike. It's got a tail tidy kit on it, and then a full Yoshimura exhaust. Other than that, I'm not really gonna do much to it other than, you know, general maintenance, you know, the oil change, spark plug, whatever I got to do. That and the cage, obviously. I'm looking for a different bar end mirror, different set of bar ends, because right now that one there, the right side, fell off while I was riding downtown, so not the greatest thing. But man, if you guys know anybody that makes a solid quality 12 bar that won't get rid of my tail tidy kit and I don't have to drill into the frame, let me know. I'm probably going to run an HT Motec seat on the rear, and I'm kind of iffy about running a step plate because I can just step into the HT Motec seat. So other than that, that's kind of my mod plans. Not really big plans for this bike. I just kind of wanted to protect it. It's already got the torque to pick up wheelies. No big deal there. Got axle sliders, or I'm sorry, fork sliders, gosh, and swing arm sliders, but it's basically spools. I'm just really trying to protect this bike. If I put this thing down, I want it to be solid. This is a huge, huge goal for me, so I'd rather not break it. All right, guys, so I got the box from Impaktech. Today we are going to be well, I say today, but it's nighttime, so this is probably going to be a couple day video, just because I got work and stuff, so I got to kind of try and fit this into my schedule. But we went ahead and opened the box up, so you'll see the stock rear sets for my 2015 FZ07 in here. I'm not gonna lie, I was too anxious to put them on, man. I was too anxious. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you the front cage right now. Super, super quality work. I mean, these welds are amazing. The powder coat is amazing. And then I got that flat black finish. So Impaktech provides you with both, obviously, both side crash cages, the Crossmember Bar. They provide you with plates that go like next to the shock. I'll show you about that. Obviously, longer bolts to go into the motor mounts, and then all the pucks, 4 pucks, stickers. I haven't yet figured out what these are going to be for. So, wait, I just figured it out. They go into the slot. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, and then this is another one that I have yet to figure out. Ignore my messy garage. I need to clean up. But, well, I guess I'll go ahead and show you guys the sub cage here. So this is the cage or sub cage I ordered from Impaktech in the flat black. I need to get a flashlight so you guys can see this. There we go. I've got a headlamp over here. So in the flat black and gold, I promise it looks way less yellow off camera, so in person. The only real issue I had installing this, for one, is it doesn't have a spot to remount the rear brake reservoir. So what I did is I just zip tied it through that hole to the frame and then around the brake reservoir to the Crossmember bar. I mean, this thing is quality. The other issue I had was the stock bolts that go into these holes here, okay, so into the subframe, are not long enough. And Impaktech, unfortunately, does not provide you with new hardware for this, or either that or it got left out of my order accidentally. No big deal. I happen to have a drawer full of spare parts, spare nuts and bolts, same thread, same everything, so they fit right in there. These are actually header bolts off of a 2005 Suzuki GSXR 600, so they fit right in there. No big issue. Obviously, they do need cleaned up a little bit. They're a little raunchy. Other than that, subcage is all on, so I'm probably gonna call it a night, honestly. All right, it's Saturday, which means we get off at 4 o'clock, so I get to go home and wrench on the bike, which is my favorite thing to do in the middle of winter. When it's cold outside and I can't go ride, wrench on the bike, get all my maintenance done, so I can just have a good bike to ride throughout the summer. I got my glove box open because it rattles above 80 miles an hour, because I'm in a 99 Honda with 300,000 miles. All right, see you guys at home. All right, guys, so we are back. I went ahead and put this bracket in on both sides. So it's just this bolt here. That's still the stock bolt. It reaches all the way through. I just stepped on a zip tie. That's what that crack was. But you do have to take these side shields off. So it is just these two bolts here, and they come out of there, out of here and here, and it just pops right off that plastic clip there. Comes right off, no big issue. The other side gave me a little bit of a struggle. I had to pull it a little harder, but no big deal. So we are all good there. I've got those still kind of loose because I know I'm gonna have to adjust them to get the cage to fit right. And then I went ahead and ran the nut on the other side. There's only like maybe 2 threads in there. This bracket here is threaded though, so it's not, I'm not too worried about it. At the same time, I kind of wish they would have supplied a longer bolt, because I don't know how much I trust that, but I guess we will see. So hopefully not. Hopefully we don't drop it, but that's what all these precautions are for. So let's go ahead and start getting this cage on. First, we are going to take off the frame slider over on this side, try and line the cage up and bolt it in. This is a motor mount, so I mean there's several motor mounts, so I'm not too worried about it shifting. There's another motor mount right there, but that bolt that goes through this frame slider is a motor mount, so it's probably best if you do one side at a time. So I'm just going to take this off and bolt the frame slider, or the crash cage, onto it. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we got the front cage on somewhat snug. I just went ahead and put this puck in there. I still have the other side to do. I just figured I'd go ahead and update you guys. I still got this loose just because I gotta adjust it for the other side as well before I do anything. I do have this bolt torqued down into the engine mount through the frame. They give you these little spacers right there. You can see the gap. I'm gonna be honest, I have never installed a cage on a bike before, so that was a little wary to me that there was a gap there. But DM'd the guys from Impaktech, and I mean like great customer service, amazing customer service. They DM'd me within the hour. Actually, matter of fact, they DM'd me within the minute. Dude was like on Instagram ready to go, and he's out riding right now based off of his story. So dude, really thank you guys so much for the great customer service. I mean, no big issues putting this on. It was a little bit of a pain in the ass to hold that up and get that bolt threaded in there without cross-threading it, but I got it to work out. So right now we're just gonna go put the other side on, and then we can worry about the Crossmember bar that goes in between the two. I I DM'd them before I ordered my cage, asking if I would need a specific Crossmember bar. They just told me to put it in my order notes. So I assume that this one here is meant specifically for my Yoshimura exhaust that I've got on here. So we're gonna go ahead and get the other side on, snug everything down, and I'll get back with you guys then. Alrighty, cage is on. This crossbar touches the coolant reservoir, which I need to put some coolant in. Touches that just a little bit, no big deal. Everything's tight. Pucks are a little loose on the bottom, but tight on the top. That's probably my job because I literally just hammered the self-tappers in. I didn't drill them in. See, tight, kind of loose, but everything works out. The other thing that I DM'd them about were these hardware bolts. So these stock bolts, as you guys remember me telling you, do not make the gap. They make the gap in the rear. However, if you look, it is thicker in the front. Ignore my battery tender. It's thicker in the front, so they can't reach all the way through. DM the guys from Impaktech. They said they should have been in the order, so normally you would get those. Once again, totally awesome customer service. They are sending me out new bolts. So I'll have those in the mail so I can get these crusty bolts out of here. Get those crusty boys out of there, and we are going to be all set.